Hey everybody, it's Angie and Larry from Married to the Road.
Hey everybody.
Okay, so we're doing a video today on getting to know us.
Yep.
Yep.
To get to know us video.
So we received a lot of questions over the last, 2.5 weeks, ever since we did our first interview with Fox 2 News, and I haven't had time to get to everybody's emails, so I thought it'd be a lot easier just to make a YouTube video, answer some of your questions about us. So
It's been a fun ride so far, and thank you guys.
Yes. So the first one was how we met. So you want to tell them how we met?
How we met? It was Plenty of Fish. Plentyoffish.com. Thank you, Plenty of Fish. You did a great job for us. Yeah, online dating.
Yep. So I
Asked her one day if she's ever had sushi, and she said no. And I said, well, I'm going to sushi tonight if you want to meet me there. And she did.
Yep. Of course, I had been looking at his profile for 2 weeks. And if any of you on Plenty of Fish, you know when somebody checks your profile. And so he kept checking my profile, but he wouldn't answer me. And so I was like, if he's going to keep checking my profile and he won't text me, I'm not going to text him first.
I was shy.
It took him 2.5 weeks to text me. How many days did it take you to kiss me?
I don't know what. Third date, you told me to kiss you. Fourth date, you told me to kiss you.
Yep. He's a true gentleman. Yeah, so we met on plentyoffish.com. I had 2 daughters.
I think you said, are you going to kiss me or not?
Yeah, we didn't realize it was a song, so that became the song to our wedding.
That was our first dance.
Yep, are you going to kiss me or not? Yeah, we were on the porch. Yeah, so I had a migraine that day, and I couldn't go to work, so he came over and he took care of me. And he was here for 12 freaking hours.
I made dinner.
Yeah, and lunch. And it was the 4th day, he still hadn't kissed me, so I was like, okay, either he's gay or he doesn't like me. So we were sitting out on the porch, and I said, are you going to kiss me or what? He finally kissed me.
I did.
Took long enough.
And then date 5, you wouldn't let me leave.
Yeah, pretty much lived with me after that.
Yep.
But, yeah, so I had 2 daughters. And
I have 2 daughters.
You have 2 daughters. One of them lived here. He asked us how he actually came here. Because you used to live
I have 7 grandkids, and you have 2.
2.
So we have, what was that, 9. That makes 9. We have 9 grandkids.
See what happens when we're not on the truck?
It's nice to be home, finally.
Yep.
And we're here on vacation, too. So.
Yeah, which explains his beard.
Yeah.
Which I hate.
And I washed my hands so I could touch my face. We don't have to wear gloves or a mask.
No.
I could kiss you without a mask.
Oh, weird, scruffy. So, he's born and raised in California. So, for those of you who maybe have followed our blog, he's a huge Oakland Raiders fan. Hence the Christmas tree that's still up in April.
It's my Raider tree. It will never come down.
It's a Raider tree. It's black and silver. Got Raiders ornaments.
No, it's not black and silver.
Silver and black. So, we keep it up all year round. But he's a huge Raiders fan. But anyway, he was born and raised in California, and his daughter and son-in-law got stationed here in Illinois at the Air Force Base, and so that's how he moved here and how we met.
I was an over-the-road trucker.
Yep.
Yep. And then got tired of it. Jumped off the truck, got a local job, and I moved in with my daughter, and then never left Illinois.
Nope.
Until we moved to Tennessee.
Well, yeah.
Soon. It's our next venture.
Yeah. Yeah, trying to decide if we want to rent an apartment or buy a house. That's the next adventure. So,
Or live on the truck for a year.
yeah, so this year we'll be making a big change. Just don't know which yet.
Yeah, that'll be a big change. Selling this place.
Yeah. So our daughters get along really good. We don't call them his kids or my kids or our kids. They're best friends. Matter of fact, my youngest one, her and her husband joined the Air Force because our daughter Sandra and her husband talked to him about all the benefits of being in the military. So we have one that's now stationed in Destin, Florida, and we have one that's stationed in Phoenix. So we have 2.
And then we have another daughter that's right here in St. Louis.
Yep, she just bought a house.
And she just bought a house. Congratulations.
Yep.
It's a beautiful, cute little house. And then our 4th daughter lives in Arkansas.
Yep. We don't get to see her too often, but
No.
yeah, we see the other 3 quite often. But okay, so the other question was everybody wanted to know about our dogs. So Gizmo is a little over a year old, and actually we talked about getting a dog for a while, and I found a really awesome breeder out of Lebanon, Missouri, and she posted some videos of the
I don't know
puppies.
where they are.
Well, they're quiet, so let's just leave
They're
them.
quiet, yeah.
But she posted some pictures of the puppies when they were like 2 or 3 weeks old, and we fell in love with them. So we got Gizmo first, and he was trouble. He was so bad on the truck at first. It took him a while to get used to things.
And we already had a dog.
Yeah, we had Bella.
We had Bella.
Yeah.
What was she?
She was a min pin.
Min Pin, that's right.
Yeah, so when we got Gizmo, we had Bella, but unfortunately, before we got Gizmo, Bella was starting to get aggressive with people, and then once we got Gizmo, then she got real aggressive with Gizmo, so we had to find a new home for her. So then after...
We found a good home.
We found a good home for her, yeah. And then, so then when we had Gizmo, he started acting lonely because he didn't have another dog or somebody on the truck. So I contacted the breeder again, and I said, if you have another litter with the same mom and dad, we'd love to have a brother. So she wound up contacting us and saying that she had a litter where only one puppy survived, which was Bandit. And
We got the sole survivor.
yep, he was a mama's baby because he was the only puppy that made it out of that litter. And so,
And it was the last litter. She will not breed again.
yeah,
That was her last litter.
so he became my baby because as soon as we got him, he's very much a baby. He likes it, like if he had his choice, he could be held 24/7 like a baby.
Yeah, and he's small. He's half the size.
We call him Scary.
One's 16 pounds and the other one is like 6 pounds.
Oh God, Gizmo's huge. Yeah, Gizmo's parents are
8 and 9 pounds.
8, 9 pounds. So we're like, oh great, that's perfect. He's gonna be a perfect road dog. I don't know what happened to Gizmo.
He's a
He's
Hercules.
huge. But he's not fat and he's not overweight, and the vet says he's perfect for his build. He's
He
pure
is
muscle.
muscular.
Yeah, and he's so hyper. And then Bandit's just the opposite. He's pretty chill. He's pretty laid back. Unless Gizmo starts pushing his buttons, and then he gets hyper too.
Yeah, he can hold his own though against that big boy.
Yeah, and they're really good on the truck. They don't have any accidents, neither one of them.
No.
There's been times where we haven't been able to stop because we're in a rush, and sometimes we may not stop until it's been 7 or 8 hours, and they'll go the entire time. Then we'll be happy about it.
No.
But they go. But the nice thing about having the dogs on the truck is we have to stop every 4 or 5 hours.
We're supposed to.
Gets
We
us out,
usually
stretch
do.
our legs so we don't have to worry about blood clots.
Yeah. And we have a run that accommodates that, so it's not such a tight run. We have the time for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a pretty nice run. We got California and back, and pretty much take our time getting there, take our time getting back, so we don't have to rush super bad.
Gives us a lot of times to hand out cards. I'm having fun doing that, handing out the Denny's cards, the Subway cards. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about that on the next video. But yeah, we were trying to figure out what was the best gift cards to give everybody, and so most of the truck stops that people stop at is Love's, which
I think McDonald's would work too.
McDonald's isn't at a lot of truck stops, so.
No?
But anyway,
Subway is.
Yeah. So we got Subway because of every Love's has a Subway, and some Flying J and Pilots too. But then every Flying J has a Denny's, so that's why we stick with those 2 cards, because those are like the 2 most frequented restaurants there are in truck stops. And even some of the TAs and Petros have Subways and Denny's, so that's the reason we choose those 2 cards, because they're pretty much universal to all truck stops. Let's see. How did we get into truck driving?
Well, I've been driving. When we met, I was at my 14-year mark, pushing 15. And then I got into FedEx, and I was gone for a week, and we were only spending weekends together.
Yep.
And you worked at weekends only, so we were hardly ever seeing each other. So figured, hey, go get your license and let's team drive. And you worked your butt off, and you got that license, and I was so proud of you.
Yeah. CDL school is not fun.
Yeah, especially the one you went to.
No.
We won't mention any names.
No, it was no fun. Yeah, so I was the oldest female in my CDO class. I wasn't the oldest person because there was older guys than me that were there. And for the most part, the students were pretty awesome to me. And, but I had a hard time figuring out some of the maneuvers. And so, like, I knew what I was doing wrong, but I just needed an instructor to be behind the truck and kind of tell me, like, what am I doing wrong? And they didn't really want to help me out. They pretty much just want to farm you out so they can get the next class in. And so I kept having the driver instructors, and even the I don't know if you want to call him principal, but whatever, of the school, they tried to tell me I wasn't ever going to make it, never going to pass, and I did, so suck it.
And the rest is history.
I kind of want to go back there and tell them, haha.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yep.
Drive circles around their yard.
Yep. So I've been driving, it'll be 3 years this November. I've had 2 accidents already, neither one were my fault.
Nope.
First one was what?
Deer murderer.
No, the first one was the ladder murder.
First one was the ladder.
We're actually in Nashville. I think I'd only had my license for 2 or 3 months. And it was a 3-lane highway. And I think it was a 40. No, it wasn't 40. Yeah, it was a 40.
I think it was the 40.
And I was in the middle lane, and I saw a truck in the left-hand lane, and I saw that he had an unsecured ladder in the back of the truck. And the ladder was shaking, and so I slammed on my brakes because I had a feeling it was going to come flying out, and it did. And of course, I had a car on the left-hand side of me and a car on the right-hand side of me, so I didn't have a choice but to run it over, and I wound up blowing a steer tire, which those of you who are truckers know that if you blow a steer tire, usually you flip your truck over or you get into a pretty bad accident. But I was able to cross 2 lanes of traffic and get off to the side.
Yeah, you did awesome. You handled that well.
I blew 3 tires, I think.
Yeah. You went all the way down the driver's side.
Yep. Dolly tire, trailer tire, steer tire. I did good.
Yeah, you did really good. I maneuvered it off to the side. It didn't hit a thing.
Nope.
And you did great with the deer, too.
Yep.
You didn't try to avoid it. You plowed right into it.
I didn't have a choice. That was sad. That was a sad day. We were driving to Champaign. You weren't even in the truck with me.
I was following in another truck behind you.
Yeah, he was
We were each pulling a set.
Yeah, he was about 20 minutes behind me. We were on the phone together because we have headsets. And so we were talking, trying to keep each other awake. Because I think it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. But at that point, we were so tired. And I saw this deer, and she was in the center between the 2 eastbound and westbound highways. And she looked at me, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like, please don't cross the road. Please don't cross the road. And she did. And as soon as she hit, I started cussing, and Larry started freaking out. And I'm like, I just hit a deer. That one, I blew the radiator, damaged the front bumper, damaged the grill. Took us about 2 months to get our truck back, so I did good damage.
Yeah.
But again, that wasn't my fault.
Nope.
No.
No, you're an excellent driver. Very proud of you.
Yeah, we drive a lot of hours.
You drive a lot of hours.
Okay, what's the hardest thing about being together 24/7?
Nothing's really hard for me.
We're stubborn. I'm going to tell you that straight up. So before I met Larry, I was in a very long-term marriage that was horrible. And I was one of those women that was a doormat that, put up with whatever your husband did because he was an alcoholic and he was totally... Anyway, so when I left him, I started, as the women say, growing some balls and standing up for myself and getting some self-confidence. So then I met Larry, and we are very much bullheaded and stubborn. So that's our biggest thing. When we fight, we're just bullheaded and stubborn.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we are. We can go days without talking. Purposely, we'll avoid each other. Even in a tiny little truck, 10 foot by 10 foot, we can go days without talking to each other.
Thank God for that screen.
Yeah.
No, the curtain.
The curtain.
The curtain.
Yeah, so, there's times that it sucks, especially being, together 24/7, not having any time apart. Because even on the weekends, we pretty much stay together. We don't really do anything apart. Sometimes I'll go out with my girlfriends, but usually by the time we get home, by the time we actually drive home, we usually get a day and a half, 2 days off. And by then I'm exhausted, and we're doing grocery shopping and laundry. And so we don't have a whole lot of downtime to go see family and friends. So
we get about a day and a half off.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2 days.
Yeah, because you got to figure, we work in Nashville, but we live by St. Louis. So by the time we get off work, we still have 4.5 hours to drive home, and then 4.5 hours to drive back to work. And so that cuts into your weekend. That's why we're hoping to move to Nashville soon, so we can
move into Nashville.
Yes. Well, the outskirts of Nashville. We can't afford inside of Nashville.
Around there.
Yeah.
Don't want to go more than a half hour away, though.
Yeah.
From work.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else people had asked you. How we met, about our dogs, how we got into driving our family. I think we talked about our girls.
Yep, we did.
Is there anything else we're missing?
No. If we think about it, we'll make another video.
Yeah. So if you have other questions that you want to know about us, just ask. You can actually leave it in the comment section below. And we'll make another video below. And we'll tell you a little bit more about us. On the next video, we're going to be talking to you about our crazy GoFundMe account that has exceeded our expectations like crazy.
And that will be below also.
No, that'll be above.
Oh,
that'll be the next video, so that'll be above. So anyway, so the next video we'll be talking about the GoFundMe account. We're also going to be talking to you about the CBS interview that we gave a couple weeks ago, because that was a pretty interesting interview.
That was a blast.
And we'll tell you
that was really fun.
Because we actually, the video itself, it doesn't look like we filmed for that long, but we were there for 3 hours. It was pretty crazy.
3 hours.
And
we still made it to our load on time.
Yeah. I think the coolest part about it is that towards the end of the video, there's a shot where you see our truck driving over a camera, and that was me driving that truck. Let me tell you something that was scary. I was going to drive over a camera and ruin it. So, but we'll tell you.
That was a cool shot, though.
It was a cool shot. So we'll tell you all about making of the CBS evening news video, and also about our big thing. We have an event coming up Friday.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be feeding 100 truck drivers here in St. Louis, so we are super excited about that. So we're going to be talking about that in the next video, too. So.
Steve's Hot Dogs is going to be out there.
And,
way to go, Steve! Best hot dogs around.
We also got cookies that are going to be made by Royally Baked, too. So they're going to be providing cookies in the lunches that we give out, too. So, but we're going to be feeding 100 different truck drivers on Friday, thanks to you guys and the GoFundMe account. So we really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys about that in the next video. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Married to the Road, #2, Married to the Road.
Married to
and also road. Instagram and Twitter. So take care, everybody. Be safe out there, and if you're staying home, stay home.
Stay home, stay safe, stay alive.
That's right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.